exclusive.
I don't shit that glow in the dark. Trace round on me a spark. I sip yellow like Homer and Bart. Percocet take me apart.
Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy KinleysWRLD, back with an actual video this time. This is my first time actually making a video after the whole Tim the Tatman thing after a while, man. I haven't talked about it. I've been playing, I've been streaming. You guys been showing me mad love on the streams. If you guys are on the YouTube channel, go ahead and check out the Twitch, KinleysWRLD TTV. I have 170 hours on Thor, so basically I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to play this tank, and he's actually insane. I call him like the DPS tank, or you can call him the conductor, is like the easiest way to put his like play style in this game. So move around. He can move around if he wants to. The cool part about Thor is he has a hammer system. As you guys can see in the middle of the screen, there's 3 hammers. What you do with these hammers is, it depends on you. It depends on which move you want to do. He has his normal right click, which is his hammer toss. You have his dash ability, and you have Rune Awakening, which is this. Right? After he wastes all his hammers, let's say he has no hammers, you use your bubble. He gets a hammer. If you place it on somebody, for anybody that's standing in that bubble, you will get the amount of hammers for that amount of people. So that was 1. And now, even if you were to waste all this and then get onto 2 people, if you bubble 2 people, it adds 2 hammers. See? I'm gonna give you guys a few things to note about this man, Thor. Thor is not a dive starter. He is not a dive initiator, usually. One of the things to know about Thor is that you're only going to be using his dash ability essentially just to cut the distance for better opportunities. So like right here, we cut the distance on Hulk and Groot, and we just end up beating their ass because we can just do that. Because Thor just thrives off of just being near fights. That's what he likes doing. But we're not going to ever try to dive in positions where we don't feel like we have the advantage. See what I'm getting at? You don't want to dive in opportunities where you don't have the advantage. You only want to be like, the follow-up. Think of Apex Legends. You have your people out in front of you fighting, you want a third party to their fucking fights every time. You're either waiting to start off fights or you're just waiting to third party. Prime example of how to use your dash effectively is just to cut the distance down. So whenever you cut to these doorways, like think about like the angles that they have to take to look at you. Think about all the shit they got to look at. So the fact that Invisible Woman did not see me right there and we got the jump on her just goes to show you how creative you can really get with this man Thor. I mean, look at some of these angles that you can take with Thor. As Bucky's coming to the point, I can just play behind him, and he doesn't even realize he's walking right into my trap. Like, it's just, he's just too good of a movement character. And I think the amount of aura that Thor possesses, you gotta respect him. They have to respect this character each time you play him. He is the DPS tank for a reason. So the cool thing about Thor is each time he does one of these moves, the dash or his right click, if you notice his health bar goes up, and that's actually him giving himself shield per move. So with his dash he gets 100, and with his right click he gets 100, which is insane. And he can go up to a max of 800 health. That is not even his best part of his kit. The best part of his kit comes in the form of his Rune Awakening, which is going to be the main thing you're going to want to be using throughout Marvel Rivals and all these games that you're going to be doing while you're playing. You're going to be trying to strive to get that Rune Awakening as much as possible. It does a max of 850 damage. And basically, each time you do this move, you're going to get 200 shield for this. Look. So from 600 to 800, immediately up. The cool part about Thor is that he actually is able to get all of his stuff back by melee. So if you waste a hammer and you swing, you get a hammer back, which means I can use it again. And if I hit somebody and I throw it, I can do it again. You get what I'm saying? So we're still at 3. Look, we're still at 3. Look, that's 2. Bam, that's 3. Throw. Bam, that's 3. Throw. So you can get in the habit of this. That's 3. Throw. Or you could do swing, dash. Swing, got 3, dash. Swing. See how we're still at 3? You want to get in the habit of this so that you can use your Rune Awakening at all times. So let's say like a tank is here. Let's say a tank is here. You want to close the distance. Bam, huss, back up. You can Rune Awakening here, huss, because we want to get him gone, right? Okay, he backed up because he saw you doing a lot of damage. Now you get to push up. Oh, he doesn't realize he needs to respect you. Swing, bubble, Rune Awakening. Why is he not backing up? So now we slow him because we should have got him low by now. This bubble ain't no ordinary bubble. This is a dirty bubble. This is a very evil bubble. So if you place this bubble on somebody, it's going to tick them for 25 damage, and it's going to give them a slow debuff. It's going to make them very slow. So if we just turn on this thing again, when he walks out, it only activates when they walk out of the bubble, though, just so you guys know. This only activates the tick and the slow when they walk out of the bubble. I'm going to show you guys different ways that Thor is going to be interacting with people. Now, what I mean by this is, let's say you get in an instance where you're going to be going against the tank. Well, there's a couple things you can do. Let's say you have Rune Awakening and you want him gone. Well, this is a viable option. You can do this. This is fair. You can do Rune Awakening at the thing if he has nobody near him. That's fair. Okay, let's say that the thing is, let's say you don't have Rune Awakening. Let's say you have one hammer and you're going against the thing. Well, swing at him so you get 2. Right click, swing. Now we just wait until we get up. Now we get Rune Awakening anyways. So now we can destroy his ass anyways. You see how we built it up because of the whole looping system? So that's how you can get very loopy. And now you can get into this. Similar stuff. You get very loopy. So remember what I told you guys. It brings back the thing. So it brings back your hammer. Sorry. So yeah, you can just keep clobbering them until they get your lightning back, and then you can just start sparking again. So swing, that's 2. And then if we throw one out and then swing again, that's 3. So we don't even need to swing at anybody. Nobody even has to be near me for me to want to get aggressive on them. So if you don't look, you have that white outline. That means if you melee somebody, you get a hammer for that. But if you don't melee anybody, you can't get it back. So you're gonna have to waste the move here because you're not gonna get that hammer if you do not waste that move. You have to use it. So they kind of force you to use your moves like all the time. Like you're kind of like having to like use moves and melee. So bink, cut the distance, bink, just so you can keep getting hammers. A thing that you guys have probably seen me do on TikTok a lot of times, I call this shit the uppies. So sometimes there's certain tanks that I like to lift off the ground, or certain characters that I like to lift off the ground multiple times. So like, let's say like if Groot managed to like get all the way back, so I'll just do this. I will literally follow him and just do this. I'll just keep pushing him. Wherever he go, I go. Wherever he go, I go. Wherever he go, I go. And I just keep pushing him back to my team just so that we can capitalize off of him. And then you can just torch him. And then he's done. So that's another interaction you can do. The cool part about Thor is the fact that you don't even need to like fight people. You can just be a distraction. Like swing at this person, get their attention. You can fly away. You can just stay up here. Wait for your hammer. Spike. Torch them. They start focusing you. You can just back up into weird corners. And then I just leave the scene because they're all paying attention to me. And I just dip. Now, one of the harder things about Thor is understanding his ultimate. His ultimate is not an attacking ultimate. Please, for the love of God. Most of the time, Thor actually has to use his ultimate defensively. Fun fact, he actually has to use that shit defensively. Now, there's a couple instances where you can actually use his ultimate, and I'm going to show you guys how to actually use his ultimate aggressively. This is Thor's ultimate. So Thor basically goes up and he has an AoE of lightning, and as you guys can see, it does tick damage. Anybody that's in this area will take tick damage until you land, and then it will do a big blast, like burst attack. One of the things that I don't see any Thor players even doing, like most of the time, is frying people and then going into the ultimate, because there's characters like Cloak and Dagger that you guys tend to just like overextend, try to leap onto them and then just cloak away. No. You want to know something? If you do this, trust me, you're going to get a way better reaction out of Cloak and Dagger if you do this. Let's say you're at 2 and you dash and then you swing and then you start this off, right? And then she uses cloak mode. Well, now we know she used it, and now we can go follow her and then use ultimate. But in some cases, a lot of them get caught lacking. So they'll go to cloak form and they know that they can't TP. So you'll do this and then they can't escape. Completely different than how you guys were making his ultimate seem before. Because if you were spacing out his ultimate to whenever they're wasting their abilities and they have no way to escape it, it literally becomes a guaranteed bomb. Like, dude, Luna wasted her freeze. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Her slow ass. Like, come on, bro. Like, she's easy eats, bro. Come on, that's easy eats right there. If you guys are gonna use the ultimate, just do this. Force them into their ultimate, or force them to waste ability so you guys can capitalize, bro. Don't waste a bubble on that shit. I only waste a bubble if it's like squishies, bro. I don't know, just to make them slower, I guess. I don't only use it just to slow them down. I really don't know why I do it. There's really no reason, because it's still stupid to waste it, in my opinion. Like, how much slow? They're not that much slower, bro. It's only like 2 seconds, bro. So yes, I would say you need to incorporate this. Get in here, you're gonna need to practice this hammer toss. This is your kill option. I don't know why I see a lot of new Thor mains just dashing towards their target when they're 1 HP, when you can literally, oh shit, he's 1. Oh wait, that guy's 1? That. Okay. And then you can start all your fights like this. Just for one more time for reference, that is the damage for your toss. This is the damage for your dash. So whenever you guys are going for kills with your dash, just remember this is how much you're doing, and you're always gonna most likely land out of position. You're going after a squishy. You're most likely gonna miss. most likely gonna miss. So like it's like 50-50. It's not even worth going all the way back there because they're gonna waste all their abilities trying to fry you anyway. So don't try to overstep. He is a brawl tank. He wants to melee. So I wanted to show you guys an example on how you're supposed to be using Thor. Now, see this map right here. I forget what this map is called. If you guys know, let me know. First thing that we see, Captain America. Look, now the reason why we don't want to dive out yet is because we don't know who they have. We don't want to be in this lane taking damage for no reason. It doesn't make sense to take damage yet. We don't know who they have yet. But we see Captain America right here. And what is my favorite thing to do with Captain America? Because I know that he likes to run around all day. Let's use that bubble and slow him down. Now he's slowed. And guess what we see? Black Panther. And guess who we can't have in our back line? Black Panther. I see him. He gets one. He misses the health pack. We're going to go guard this shit like a dog. Get off the health pack, little man. Get off that health pack. You don't need it, little guy. I see Captain America going after their healer, so I try to back him up like I told you guys. He is a follow-through tank. He likes to back people up. We're waiting on her. Yep. Push her in the wall. Got her gone. Y'all like that spacing. We kept her separated. That's how you take space, boys. So this is us 1v1ing Black Panther, and this is exactly why I use that bubble. Let's watch that one more time. The reason why you take this fight is because this is a closed off room. So we take this distance. That's taking space. I see Black Panther, a character that needs to be slowed down and humbled. Slowed him, pushed him into the staircase where he can't spin, and now we're beating his ass. That's exactly what you do. You find these opportunities that make sense to you. So now we're going to space off this lane with Rune Awakening because we don't want them to sit in there. But we're not going to go in the lane because we're not good in the lane. We're a melee character. But because there's so much attention up front, I can only help but see Invisible Girl back there struggling. Now we leave the scene. We don't need to get a kill. Our boy Semi gets the kill. W Semi. This is another good thing to remember about Thor is that his target priority needs to be very specific. You don't need to waste time on characters you can't kill. See how we completely ignore Emma? She's over here having to waste all her abilities on me. We leave. Look, she's gonna have to look at me. Now we're gonna go for the health packs. We ended up killing that Spider-Man. We just go back to the point. Look, we're not gonna waste our time doing shit we can't do. I see Captain America, but there's no point of fighting him because he's gonna keep jumping around. I'm not gonna waste my time doing that shit. Are you? Hell, you shouldn't be. Shouldn't be wasting your time on that. Mr. I can do this all day. You're gonna do it all day with him? Pause. I'm not gonna pay attention to Captain America because we know that we cannot kill him right here. So what do? I waste my slow ability. Even I did waste it because I want him to be slowed down so that we can focus on whatever's in their backline. And what ends up happening is we see Invisible Woman and Loki out of position. But unfortunately, this ends up getting Rocket killed by the Spider-Man. But good thing we don't give a damn because guess what? We got patience. Watch this shit. We're waiting it out. We still have Captain America. Captain America has ult. We're just stalling right now. We're thinking about ourselves. We just don't want to die here. As soon as he uses ult, bubble again, ready for the Invisible Woman, and we torture dumbass because we didn't use anything. Now, we're just going to stall, try to survive. Simi gets a kill on Loki, which is great. We haven't looked at Emma, by the way. This entire time, we have not looked at Emma or a single tank. But look, as soon as her health is low, now she can get my attention. What's good with you, Emma? Haven't seen you all day, babe. What's good? What's good, Emma? We're not going to give her the attention because she wants to beat your ass in the beginning of the game. That's what she wants. We're not going to give her that. Oh. Captain America, the guy that was here at the beginning of the fight? The guy that's still here that I haven't looked at until the last 20 seconds? Oh, okay. Now you can get my attention. What's up? You have to pick your targets wisely. You have to pick your targets wisely. Space them apart. Thor is extremely well at picking people apart, creating space for his team by moving them out of the way and into bad spots and separating them and calling it out. He has the highest DPS in the game as a tank, 1600 if he does Rune Awakening, Bubble Rune Awakening. That is 1600 damage and 400 shield in 10 seconds. On top of that, this guy right here is just a move. He just thrives off of moving people around and bullying. He is just pushing people around all the time. That is all he's doing. Thor is a great tank. As you guys can see into this game, if I hold tab, I was doing pretty okay at best. I was 17-7, but I had 13,000 damage, and the enemy Thor had 20 kills, 13 deaths, but he had 19,000 damage. But don't let that confuse you. The way that we play this game is completely different. I don't care about numbers. You need to understand which options are the best to kill. I'm going to show you what went wrong in this video for the enemy Thor and how he actually costed his team this entire game to stumble like this. Right here, you can see they think that they're going to be able to bully me, and I have one hammer. So I dash, I instantly turn around, bubble to slow this entire area down. So keep in mind, chat, I just bubbled. I'm at 2 hammers, and I just bubbled to slow this entire area down because they're pressing us. Right? Their Thor kills my healer. But the greatest thing just happened right here. Magneto goes up for an ultimate, and what this means is that nobody can shoot me. Now this Thor is out of position, and it's just me and you, dog, and the healers. So, and I can already tell you, with that amount of health, and you just started using Ruined Awakening, cooked. Ultimate up in the air to get them all away from me. Come on, cooked. Look, we're going to take this space right here. Now Johnny has to make a decision. Look, guys, Johnny has to make a decision now that I took this space here. Look, look, look. Johnny has to make a decision. Does he keep going after his counter? Magneto? Or does he stop the guy that's brutally brawling his backline? Which one will he choose? Obviously, he's not going to let me just come back here and just... He can't. He has to allow for it. And look at Doctor Strange. Because I passed him so fast, he only has the option to hold his shield, and then he gets pulled by the other girl, and I'm already there for that too. You see, Thor is this hyper-aggressive tank that capitalizes off of people thinking they got the upper hand on him. He is not going for that shit. I'm gonna let you know. He's not the type to go for that shit. So Thor, look at this. Again, look at his team. Look at Thor. Look at their Thor. Look how far he pressed up. This is most of you guys thinking he needs to dive into teams by himself. No. Look, dive by himself. Great, he has a shield. You know what him having a shield tells me? His healer right behind him. Oh, Thor, you forgot that I'm on your backline? Oh, wow. He's one, guys. He's one. She's dead. Thor, where's your backline, buddy? Thor, where's your backline, pal? Bink, 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 gone. Thor just died. Thor was on that point for that long. He just now died. We've killed 3 people. So that is how blind Thor mains are when they don't realize that they're playing without their entire team. You are not the starter for your matches. Your teammates are, or the enemy is. Let them play into their own demise. That is how you play Thor. And then start feeding off of the people that are out of position. Push this guy out of position. Push that guy that way. Get your hammer on that guy. And then start bullying this dude. Make sure they look at you. Oh, they looking at you? Leave. Look, we go through his portal on some gangster shit. Meet him over here. Start beating his ass over here. Think, mink. And yeah. Alrighty, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. I am going to be going in depth on each move and probably like breaking down some like play styles and other things like that. I'm going to be showing you guys my settings and all types of different stuff. And I actually am trying to become a top 500 tank man. And yes, I do play everybody on this game. So yeah, let me know who you want to see next. And I will see y'all, beautiful mother truckers, when I see y'all, beautiful mother trucker, man. Stay safe.
Bitch, I'm him. Chase shit like that boy trim, I might just take a limb. Can't ride on this whip, I know that you can't swim. Fuck boy, finna dive and send him to the sim. I'm a gym, can only get a glimpse. I advise not to look, I blind with no intent. I'm the perfect human, flowing like a god. I stay above hedges like a seraphim. When this shit pulling cards like a visa. Come